let's have a look at the Bears offense. Led by quarterback Eric Kramer, who's completed more passes than any other quarterback in the NFL this year. He ranks 6th. In front of him, a good offensive line. Heck, Perry, Wegman, Hilario, and James Big Cat Williams. 2 big cats on the field today. Bennett gets the start at running back behind Ty Hallett, Curtis Conway, Bobby Ingram. The 2 wide out. That's Bjornsson on the move. And here's Garrett back to throw it. And Michael Irvin gets a Dallas first down in Bear territory at about their 43. Here's the Bear defense. Leary, Wells, Flanagan, and Sean Lee starts at defensive end. Harris, Minter, and Ricardo McDonald, the linebackers. And the secondary, Harris, Parrish, Marty Carter, and Terry Cousin. They really like Tony Parrish.
But it was also that pattern we were talking about.
Yep. Here's Emmitt Smith. Emmitt cut down at the line of scrimmage by Jim Flanagan. Here comes Emmitt Smith again to the outside. He said, Shane Gailey did, that the Cowboys were going to try to run outside, and they have tried a couple of times without success. Sean Harris brought him down.
Yeah, and that's not one of Emmitt Smith's strengths. You know, over the years, Emmitt Smith he doesn't have a great deal of speed, and the thing that he does best is that inside running. See Todd Perry, the starting left guard for the Bears, going off. You're going to see it right there. Edgar Bennett going into the hole. You see, just as once you get in that line of scrimmage and you're having all those white jerseys from the opponents surrounding you, you have to get that second hand over the ball and lock it up. He kept it out in his left hand and got it knocked out.
1st and 10, Cowboys from the 14 of the Bears. Jason Garrett back to throw it. And the rush gets him. Mike Wells. 2nd and 10 for the Dallas Cowboys.
If there's any place to really get a rush against this Cowboy team, it's right up the middle against the center there, Clay Shiver.
This is Emmitt Smith. Bounces to the outside, and Emmitt Smith bounces down for a Dallas first down. Inside the 5, Terry Cousin knocked him out of bounds.
That's the point. You can't bounce out on that strong side when the strong safety's up there.
Darrell Johnson hit right at the goal line. He was close when he was hit hard and driven back. 3rd and goal at the 6th then.
Now this becomes a passing situation.
Has to be. See if they blitz. Nope. The pass was intended for Michael Irvin, and the Bear defensive back just took it away from him.
That was Walt Harris. He was right there with him, and they got 4 hands up there, and the 2 of Harris's came out with it.
Yeah.
That looked like it was going to be a touchdown. But it's just that this is the thing that Jason Garrett does real well, is throw that touch fade. He throws it. Michael Irvin has it in his hands, and Walt Harris just takes it out of his hand.
He's 6'1". Those guys are 6'6" at least. Emmitt Smith. Emmitt first down. Dallas knocked out of bounds in front of the Bear bench by Mike Wells.
So I think that obviously they don't throw over there where Dion is. I don't even think they look over there anymore.
If they throw, it's a mistake. Here, straight ahead, Robert Chancey. They have high hopes for this guy, and he's a big guy, too.
Well, you know why there was no safety there? Because the safety blitzes to the outside. And then if there's no safety there, if you can get by that front line, you're going to get a first down. And that's exactly what happens there.
We'll see some of this guy. He was the 5th player taken in last year's draft. Curtis Enos from Penn State. The rookie, they have high hopes for him.
Hey, I saw him in college at Penn State, and I saw a tape of the top 20 players in the draft. And to be honest, I thought at his position he was the best player. Usually on a heavy field like this, it's taking off short ones and putting on longer ones.
Outside of Chancey. Short of the first down, knocked out by Fred Strickland. Todd Perry back in the Bear lineup.
Blue to 200 Denver. Blue to 200 Denver.
200 Denver.
Yep. Brian Wetnight, the pass receiving tight end of the Bears, makes that reception, and that's enough for a first down.
Yep, and he only needed a half a yard, and it was probably a running play. And he saw that coverage and knew that he could throw that slant in there to Wetnight for enough for the first down.
Eric Kramer gave him a little head bob then, pulled him. Handoff is to Edgar Bennett.
And Omar Stottmeyer, the free safety, was on a blitz that time, and they almost got by it, but they didn't.
Milburn, who is the pass receiver out of the backfield, checks in. 2nd and 10. When Milburn came up with Denver, went to Detroit, now here.
White 98. White 98.
4-man rush this time. Kramer just gets it out of there, intended for and caught by Milburn. 2 tight ends, Emmitt Smith, the running back. Jason Garrett outside to Irvin. Gain 9. One of those fades like he threw last week. Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt breaks into the secondary. Outside the 40. Emmitt Smith just gained 14 on that last carry. Garrett. Irvin again. That's his 3rd reception.
Biggest arms I have ever seen in my life. They look like 2 legs hanging off his shoulder.
Here's Emmitt Smith, and he got some room to the outside this time and got another Cowboy first down. That's unbelievable.
So that punch has some stuff behind it.
Yes, it does. Here's the rollout for Garrett. Got a man open. Eric Bjornsson, and Bjornsson is inside the 10 and out of bounds at about the 7.
Really hasn't helped this team much as a pass receiver, but has helped the team as a blocker.
Billy Davis on the move. And Emmitt Smith gets a carry, and he gets nothing. Met hard by Sean Lee and John Theory.
We were just talking about David LaFleur and how good a blocker he is, and Larry Allen, and Emmitt Smith tried to cut back towards those guys. Watch them right here, and they get the penetration. LaFleur doesn't get that block. Emmitt Smith cuts back right into the block where LaFleur missed.
Cunningham to try from another 23-yarder. He hit one of these. He's hit 2 of these. And it's 6-0 Cowboys. Dion looked up at the sky. The ball bounces in his direction, and he's going to get a chance. But good coverage by the Bears. Ty Hallock takes him down. The father of the Bears, George Hallis, is the Yankee right fielder. Curtis Enos bangs straight ahead.
I'll tell you, sometimes when you think of where we are today and what the league is and the game, you wonder if it weren't for George Hallis and some of those people, you know, where we would all be today.
And that's the truth.
We have to be very, very thankful to those men.
Kramer hits Chris Penn for a Bear first down.
And that's what the Bears, and that's what they have to do. And I think that's the first wide receiver that's caught a ball. And
yes, it
is.
The
first thing, if you're going to do that, you have to get Leon let block. You can't let him get that penetration and get to your quarterback right now. And you see Chris Valerio does a nice job.
2nd and 10. Ingram goes in motion. Flag on the play. Curtis Enos gets the carry.
Guys
near
moving all
midfield.
over the place there. Curtis Enos is going to get it, and then once he gets it, he's going to keep it.
And he's going to keep on getting it.
And he's just waiting for him to have that game where he says, okay, I'm not at Penn State anymore. I'm not a college player anymore. I'm a pro running back. And then when he said when he gets there, he said he'll be a starter and he'll play for the Bears for a long time.
He's deceiving how big he is. He doesn't look as much as he weighs.
Well, you know, he says he weighs 241 pounds now, and he lost 7 pounds.
Yeah. running by Curtis Enos.
I remember the first time I saw him. He was a sophomore at Penn State, and he was playing USC. And that's just one of the greatest backs I've ever seen in my life. I think if Theory would have just fallen on the ball, Theory is number 91, and if he just falls on the ball, it's going to be the Bears' ball right there. Look, he has it right there, and he tries to pick it up and run it in. I mean, if he just falls on it, the Bears have the ball there. This is, you know, Eric Kramer said it yesterday, and you just said it now. He said he thinks that the Bears lead the league in weird things, and there was a weird thing.
Two wide receivers lined up to the left. That's Davis in motion. This is Emmitt Smith with the ball. And he only gets, well, just a little bit past the line of scrimmage before he's stopped by Barry Minter.
Yeah, and the other guy in there is Jim Flanagan, and he's been very active in this game today. Jim Flanagan, he's kind of the anchor in there. He plays that under tackle, they call it. He plays away from the nose tackle, has good quickness and strength, and he's getting some penetration in there himself. And the Cowboys, other than a couple, really haven't been able to get much going on that inside run.
And the Bears are right in his face.
Right, and he had to, and Jim Flanagan was the guy that was right in his face. He had a nice spinner move on that play where he starts, you're going to see him start, he starts here, and then he does like this, a spin, and then he's going to end up right in front of Jason Garrett. Watch him see him. Do you see the spin? And then he comes out of that, and he's right there. He gave him a two-hand tag on that, but if Jason Garrett didn't throw the ball when he did, Jim Flanagan was going to be all over. You know, we were talking to Jim Flanagan yesterday, the defensive tackle of the Bears. He was talking about, you know, home runs and dingers, and he said that a sack to a football player is like a dinger to a baseball player.
Two tight ends set up, Emmitt Smith. And that's Mr. Flanagan.
Yeah, he's tough in there against the run. I don't think he has a dinger yet today, but he's tough against the run. Like the Cowboys haven't had much success in running in here. Let's watch Jim Flanagan here. You see, he's a very active guy. I mean, he's just right down. He just reads that thing. He doesn't get blocked. You know, the Cowboys are doing a lot of angle blocks, and if you're going to block Flanagan, you better stay with him a little longer, or maybe even cut him, but you just can't give him one bump and let him go, or he'll make all the tackles. And the inside guys can't back up. Watch Mike Wells here. He establishes his line right there where Garrett's trying to back up. See, you have to, inside, you have to keep him on the line of scrimmage. And you see what Wells did right there?
Yep.
He just collapsed that pocket right upon Jason Garrett, and then Jason Garrett had to get out of town. Where did you used to play when you played for the Cardinals, the Chicago Cardinals?
Comiskey Park.
Comiskey, yeah.
Pass complete to Chris Penn.
But sometimes you get hit in the head, and, you know, stuff just goes down all the way. I mean, you've had them where you got hit in the head and it's gone all the way down to the toes. You don't know which part you hurt.
3rd and 2. Kramer quickly to Ingram, who's loose. Bobby Ingram out of bounds by Woodson, or Kevin Smith.
I'll tell you, Kenny Wheaton was right there. Kenny Wheaton is number 30, and he should have him. You see the blitz here. Here's Wheaton right here. Now you come up, you have to make that tackle.
Yep. He
comes up, and he started to wrap around. Bobby Ingram just uses strength and gets out of that Wheaton missed tackle.
Kevin Smith knocked him out of bounds, not Woodson.
That's a heck of a play by Bobby Ingram, you know, and that's what wide receivers have to think of, not only running a pattern, getting open, catching the ball, but then after you catch it, making a run.
Kramer on 1st down. Ingram again. By far the deepest the Bears have been into Dallas territory.
See, and they got Kevin Smith playing off, and you just wonder, look how deep Kevin Smith is, and it's a type of thing that he really doesn't have the confidence that he once had, and he's given way too big a cushion out there, and then he falls down and he gets beat by 5 or 6 yards. And if he plays like that and the Bears can get protection, they can do that all day.
2nd and 9. 2nd and 8 make it. Ryan Whitknight is the man on the move. The pass, touchdown Bears. Don't know how he got it in there, but he did, and Chris Penn hung on to score the touch.
He's going to come up here, and again against Kevin Smith, he's just going to run the post to the inside, and he hits him right there between Kevin Smith and Omar Stoutmeyer.
This is a heck of a throw by Eric Kramer.
I think he knew that he was going to work on Kevin Smith. I don't know that he knew Omar Stoutmeyer was going to be there.
Garrett back to throw it, and the pass is caught by Michael Irvin. That one's been there most of the day.
The new shoe that he's wearing today.
That's Davis in motion, and Garrett taken down by Flanagan.
Whatever it was, Nate didn't block him, and that's where the penetration is coming. It's the dinger. Flanagan was looking for the dinger, and you're going to see he's just going to get the penetration right here. He starts right here on Nate Newton. He starts him to the inside, then clubs him with the outside, and then he's right on Jason Garrett.
Flanagan's dad played with the Packers.
But when you can club Nate Newton, who weighs 320 pounds, and pick him right out of the ground, you got a pretty strong right arm club.
Maybe those shoes are too light, maybe.
Like hitting a home run. I wonder if any of those guys that hit home runs ever say, geez, that's just like getting a sack.
Knobloch, or Martinez, or Tony Gwynn. Kramer. Pass caught by Chris Penn, and Penn outside the 40.
And again, I think they found something here that they're going to work out there on Kevin Smith, and they're finding Kevin Smith wherever he is. Here we saw that they're running out on him on the other side. They beat him on an out on this side. They just gotten him on the last thing. They just gotten him for a touchdown. So they know where they're not going to throw it to. That's Deion Sanders' side. They are going to throw it at Kevin Smith's side.
Curtis Enos picked up about 6. Conway is back in the game for the Bears. 3rd and 2. Enos is deep. Kramer drops. Pass is picked off by Dexter Coakley. Coakley down the sidelines, and he's quick, and he's got a touchdown, Dallas. No flags, no penalty, and the Cowboys recapture the lead.
We're going to see the low block right at the 35-yard line, right in there. You see, and that's what it was. And you see the umpire, for some reason, threw his hat. It's right there. That blocking below the waist right there in the open field.
And so the Cowboys get a 1st and 10 at midfield, and Garrett goes to Irvin, 1st down. 1st and 10 Cowboys. The Bears 38. Garrett gives to Emmett Smith, and Emmett breaks into the secondary, bounces off one, and gets another 1st down.
Yeah, I don't know. It was tough because Kevin Gilbride was his friend, and June Jones was the quarterback coach, and that was one of the big problems. Garrett
outside to Ernie Mills, inside the Bear 20. Emmett Smith got some room and got a blocker in front. Darryl Johnson. Emmett Smith. That's Warren, not Emmett Smith. I beg your pardon.
Well, they have to give this one to Emmett Smith.
They'll get this one in. He fakes to Emmett Smith. Fires to LaFleur. Touchdown, Cowboy.
Yep. Sometimes they put a little color in that when they're that young and they're still.
Folks have been known to do that, yeah.
NFL fullbacks. But Moose getting a little gray. Who would have thought?
Mature Moose. Pass is caught by Conway. 1st down, Bears.
And it's again on Kevin Smith, and they found that. Deion Sanders has been on Conway most of the time, but the way to do it, to get Deion Sanders off, is to put him in the slot. And then by putting him in the slot, then Deion Sanders gets off him. But you want to be able to start where you can hit that gap just as the ball was being snapped, and Coakley did it on that play.
3rd and 8. Quick tap for Kramer, and he has time and throws complete to Conway. First down. Kevin Smith complaining that he was pushed away.
Yeah, I'm sure you know that Kevin Smith is just one of those things that they're working on him, and he did get pushed off that time, but he was pushing too. I mean, that's, you know who found
Big
Robert Chancey? He's a like you say, a big fullback. He didn't even go to college. The University of None.
Was with San Diego.
Yeah, Bobby Beathard. Yeah. Bobby Beathard found him, signed him at San Diego, and was on their practice squad, and the Bears picked him up, and someone told Dave Wanstead, I think you got a good one in this guy.
And they believe that that's correct information. 2nd and 7. Conway in motion. Hand off to Enos. Third and 3. Milburn in the backfield. The pass is to Milburn. He's going to get a first down and get out of bounds at about the Cowboy 21.
You guys remember Milburn was at Green Bay this summer, and they had to make the decision between he and Roel Preston, and they decided to go with Preston, so Milburn ends up here, and Milburn has been pretty effective as a return guy
wherever he's been,
and as a third down back too.
1st and 10, just outside the 20. Dallas leading by 5 points. Curtis Enos, flag on the play, back at the line of scrimmage, or close to it.
58 is Chris Valerio. You'll see he's number 58, the right guard right there.
There's Leon Lett in front of him.
And you see right there, he's blocking Leon Lett there. Now he's okay there, okay there. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know that Leon Lett wasn't diving for Curtis Enos as much as Chris Valerio was holding him. Those active defensive linemen do draw a lot of penalties.
Conway in motion. Kramer to throw it. In the middle to his tight end Mays, Alonzo Mays. Dave Wanstead was saying he weighs about 280.
Yeah, and he's such a big guy and a good blocker that someday he is going to be a good one, and the big target here. I mean, once he gets by and gets open there, and you're looking down the middle, you can always see that big 8 and 5.
Two tight ends set up again. Kramer to throw it. That's Chris Penn.
Oh, and they're going to say that Omar Stottmeyer hit him out of bounds, I bet. Here's the whole thing. Here's Kevin Smith again giving too much of a cushion. And you see then he looks into the backfield. Then he misses the tackle. Now Stottmeyer comes over after he is out of bounds and just gives him a whack right there.
Jeff Jaeger from 22 yards away hits the field goal, and it's the Cowboys by 1.
Mike Wells was saying that he was held on that play, and we talked about Leon Lett playing on the Bears side of the line of scrimmage. Mike Wells is kind of doing the same thing. Watch the penetration that he gets. Again, he's a big, strong guy, 320 pounds. They come on a blitz. You see, he just takes the center. He just sends Clay Shiver right into Emmitt Smith. That's a heck of a defensive play. He just needed a little help a little sooner, and he didn't get it.
Garrett drops back in the shotgun. There are no backs with him. The receiver is there. That's Chris Warren, and he gets a Dallas first down. 1st and 10. It gives to Emmitt Smith, and Emmitt gets some room and runs for a Dallas first down. Marty Carter wrapped him up. The clock runs down with 6:45 left. 1st and 10 at their own 20. 4 down linemen for the Cowboys. That's the rush on Kramer. He has time. Good protection. Alonzo Mays, the tight end, gets a Bear first down
I'll tell you, Dave Wanstead wanted to get him involved, and when you get that guy rumbling down the field, you got 270 pounds of rumble. That is something. When he gets a ball here, now watch him. When he turns and runs, there's not going to be anyone that wants to take him on squarely. You see what Stoudemire did? He got to the side and then tackled him low. That's a way to get a guy like Alonzo Mays.
Bears just need a field goal to take the lead. That's Curtis Enos. And he gets another Bear first down.
I'll tell you, that's two back-to-back rookie lows. First one was Alonzo Mays running in the open field, and then here's Curtis Enos. This is what happens when you know, at some point you get accepted on a team in your rookie year, and at some point you make it, and I think Curtis Enos hasn't done that yet, but he may be on the road to doing that.
I think he is. The fake to Enos. The pass down the middle to Mays, and Mays inside the 30.
Now I think what the Bears want to do is kind of slow things down, because they don't want the Cowboys to get the ball back. I mean, they want to score and not let the Cowboys get the ball back. Again, Eric Kramer having good protection so that he can wait for Alonzo Mays to get open, because Mays doesn't get open on those deep ends quickly. It takes a little while, and if it's going to take a little while for him to get open, it takes some pass protection that the Bears are getting.
First and 10 at the Dallas 28. Outside quickly to Ingram.
Now that had to be an audible there. Again, they saw Kevin Smith was way off, so they knew that they could just reach up, throw that ball out there to Ingram, and they'd get close to a first down. Watch where Kevin Smith is. You see he's back off here, so he knows that he can just throw the ball to Bobby Ingram, and by the time Kevin Smith gets to him, he's going to have about 8 yards.
This from 29 yards away for Jaeger. And the field goal is good, and there's a flag on the play. There's a penalty marker down.
There's no way the Bears are going to take the points off the
for
clock.
leaping on the defensive team. That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. The field goal is good.
He's lined up outside to the left. Jason Garrett retreats. Fires up the middle, and the pass is picked off. He was looking for Sanders, and it's picked off. Flag on the play as Eric Williams and Andre Collins came up with the interception. The final score then is the Chicago Bears 13, the Dallas Cowboys 12, and stay with us because we'll be right back here.
First quarter, no score. Jason Garrett from
Princeton.
passes 15 yards to Michael Irvin. Irvin, the 10th player. They had 700 balls. Now, you know he's from Princeton. That'd be to catch him by surprise. Oh, those Ivy Leaguers. Edgar Allan Poe Bennett. Quote the football nevermore except fumble. The Cowboys recover me here. The Bears have fumbled. They turned over 8 times last week. Jason Garrett, Michael Irvin, touchdown. But Walt Harris, no, makes the steal. It's ruled incomplete. Wants the pick.
Well, what a nice pass by Jason Garrett. The good grab by Michael Irvin, but you can see he never has possession. Walt Harris, a great job of pulling it away. By the time he gets possession, there's a foot on the line. He's out of bounds.
Cowboys settle for a field goal on the drive. Then second quarter with the score still 3-0. Garrett passed to Ernie Mills. Marlon Forbes stops him short of the end zone. The Cowboys held to another field goal. So again, they're in deep. They have trouble. Now Jason Garrett fumbles the snap. But, oh, the Bears could have fallen on the ball, Tom, and Chris Warren saves it.
Yeah, and absolutely. John Theory has to get on this football and give his team an opportunity to score in a close situation down around the goal line.
Third quarter, it's still 6-0. Eric Kramer to Bobby Ingram, breaks a tackle, and he picks up 31 yards. 2 plays later, the Bears, who in their last 11 games have been outscored in the third quarter 95-0. It's Chris Penn. A touchdown. The streak is over. Kramer, touchdown. The Bears lead at 7-6. Late third quarter after a Dexter Coakley pick. Jason Garrett to David LaFleur. He shoots, he scores. Cowboys lead at 12-7. They go for two. Garrett, incomplete. Remember it. Still 12-7. Now 12-10. Bears with their own rally caps. Yeah. Eric Kramer. Hey, he's of all the quarterbacks in the league that doesn't get the pub, he knows what he's doing, Tom. 18 yards to Alonzo Mays. 8 yards to Bobby Ingram. First down. 5 plays later. 15 seconds to go. Jeff Jager. 38-yard field goal. Good! It's good! The Bears have beaten the Cowboys 13-12. They pull the upset. Kramer throwing for 233 yards, a lot of them to Chris Penn, who had a nice game.
Yeah, and certainly a little support from the